Excuse me, sir, I have your wheelchair.
I don't need a wood.
This man shot and killed a Miami cop yesterday, so I decided to kill him. But this time I chose not to use a knife.
But in this case...
What I didn't know at the time was that man I just killed was a high-ranking member of a gang. This put me and my family on the gang's hit list. When gang boss Isaac learned of Victor's death, he was devastated. Looking at their old photos together, he swore to avenge Victor. Since Victor had been wearing a tracking bracelet, Isaac's men traced the signal to where it last went dead, about 10 kilometers off the coast. The next day, Isaac and his crew showed up at the marina and found my boat. As it happened, my colleague Louis, who had a personal grudge against me, was on my boat sabotaging it. Isaac mistook him for me. He demanded to know why Louis had killed Victor. Before Louis could even figure out what was going on, he was attacked by Isaac's men.
Look, I don't know anything. Okay, I didn't kill anyone, I swear. This isn't even my boat. It belongs to this douchebag named Dexter Morgan. I hate this guy's fucking guts. That's why I came down here, so I could sink his boat.
Who is Dexter Morgan?
Like I said, he's just a jerk who works for Miami Metro Homicide. Now, can I please go?
Louis thought giving up information about me would save his life, but he had no idea how ruthless these gangsters could be. That day, while I was cleaning my boat, I was talking to my father in my head, like I always do. Suddenly, I noticed bloodstains. I knew something was wrong. I never leave any traces on my boat. Clearly, someone else had been here. Then I used a spray reagent and found even more blood. I concluded that someone had died on my boat. So I went back to the station and ran a test. The blood belonged to Louis.
Why was he killed on my boat? Why would he have even been on my boat? Why?
I went home with a head full of questions, but as I approached the door, I noticed the curtains moving. My killer's instinct told me someone was inside. Sure enough, Isaac was waiting there with a gun, so I called my home phone.
Hey, Dex, it's Sam. Just want to confirm we're still on for 1 o'clock at Schooner or later.
At 12th and Bayshore Drive. See you there.
I deliberately mentioned the location where I'd be heading soon. If there was a killer in my house, he'd definitely show up there. What I didn't expect was that the moment I hung up, Isaac appeared. I quickly realized he was here to avenge Victor, but he didn't know I'd already played him. I had the waiter hand him a phone.
Why were you in my apartment?
Answer the question, what were you doing in my place?
I'm not stopping with you.
Including your lieutenant's
Sister, I've done my homework too.
My family has always been my line in the sand. He actually dared to threaten my family, so I decided to kill him too. First, I deliberately let Isaac know my whereabouts, then lured him into his rival's territory. Definitely not as much fun as putting Isaac on my table, but it does mask his death as the result of war between rival heroin dudes. But the next morning, when police arrived at the scene, I discovered Isaac had single-handedly wiped out all his rivals. That is when I realized Isaac was a cold-blooded and efficient killer. However, based on the blood trail on the ground, I figured he'd been wounded too. If I could prove the blood on the ground